Hello people, it is the 8th of April 2025 and today I'm going to walk from Glossop over past Yellow Slacks, past Bleaklow, well past the aircraft site, then down towards the river Alport. So I'm going to cross this, what they call the swamps, and then I'm going to make my way to the top of Alport Castles and then down into the Alport Valley, past Alport Farm, go straight towards the Snake Pass Road, do a right after I've crossed the Snake Pass Road, and then join the bottom of Blackden Brook. And then from there I'll head up Blackden Brook and look for a camp spot around Sealstones. So yeah, it's about a 6.5 hour hike, but before that I've got to hike to the train station, and then I've got to change trains in Manchester, and then obviously train from there to Glossop. So I've already got a 4-mile walk before I even start today's proper hike. So I'll catch up with you at some point later, and let's just have a look at that. Nice, eh? Right, see you in a bit. Wait a minute, see you in a bit. Can't even turn it off. You won't go away, will you? I've only got 10 more minutes and then I get off the train in Glossop. Okay, I'm through Glossop and Old Glossop now. This is where I peel off and start heading up towards Yellow Slacks and then Bleaklow. Let's give you a quick look around here. What a beautiful day. If you've got a bald bin lid like me, then you've got to watch the old sunshine, haven't you? So you don't end up getting sunstroke. I've got my eyes inflamed there at the moment. Something's got in it, but that was from work. Anyway, I'll speak to you when we get onto some higher ground. That rock feature over there is where I did my first stage rock climbing at the tender age of 12 years old. You can see Manchester over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see it, but that is like a rock wall about there, and that's Tintwistle Quarry. So in that valley down there is Tintwistle. Then you've got Manchester city centre again in the distance. There's a big plume of smoke there as well. And then the Glossop's just down here. Hayfield is over that way. Well, that way actually. And then you've got Mill and then the Kinder Plateau. And then you can see the Snake Pass Road where them twinkling reflections are, where all the cars are parked up. And then I'm going to go down Alport Valley and I'm going to be camping about there where Sealstones is later tonight. So just a bit more, about another 100 metres of ascent. This is the famous Bleaklow crash site. There's quite a lot of wreckage. Visited very, very often. Okay, so I've come down from there, so Higher Shelfstones is over that way, and I've come down here where this little stream is, and then mileposts in between that milepost there. So this is the Pennine Way footpath here. Goes that way. So when you see these concrete posts, this is where we have to go there where the couple of hikers are. So yeah, so this stream is the top. You can hear it, I'll show it you. It's the top of the Alport Valley. So that just down there. Yeah, so this leads to an area known as the Swamps. So I'll bring you back when we get down there. I'm just going to get... Okay, so just took on about what we've got, a litre and a half of water, and I'm not going to stop now for a break until I get to Alport Castles. But while I'm going along, I'll just talk to you about what kit I've got with me today and the weight, etc. Right then. Yeah, so I'm carrying a pack with 7 kilograms of weight. Back on my Z packs, I just took the Mo out with me last week to get a feel for it, to see if I want to use it for my winter pack, which I will be doing because they're very well made packs. I mean, they're very well made packs, they're good packs, but I favour this ventilated back, and this will always be my favourite brand and style of rucksack, even though today I'm a mere nobody because I haven't got my avocado pocket. That's why I almost sprinted through Glossop village before anybody seen me. So yeah, so I'm carrying 7 kilograms. I'll just give you a quick look down the valley here. So we're going to be going that way, but sort of like making our way to higher ground and then bearing right down there. Yeah, so what I've got with me today is the Cumulus X-Lite 300. I've got my Nemo Tenta Extreme Conditions mat. I've also got the Enlightened Equipment Apex top quilt. I've got a little bit of a light AF anti-slip mat. Tent wise, I've got the Lunar Solo, no, 6 Moons Lunar Solo. And the reason I'm with that and not the Durston is because it's lighter. So I'm trying to get my summer gear down to sub 6 kilograms, and I'll easily do it. But I'm contemplating on buying a DCF tent. So before we talk about tents, I'm just going to get back to what I've got with me today. So Nemo Tenta sleep mat, light AF mat as well. I've not got the full light AF mat, I've got about a third of it. Just stops the Nemo sliding about. And then I've got a pillow, an X-Bed pillow, which I really like, that X-Bed pillow, by the way. It's got the elastic cord on it, so I can stop that from sliding off my mat. Stove wise, I've just got a BRS stove. I've got my Evernew 400 titanium mug. I've got a Cedar Summit long handled spoon. I've got a windshield as well, a Tokes windshield. A Senchi top, so when I get to camp I'll strip off what I've got now. I'll get into my Senchi top. I've got my Fairpoint leggings, which is like that Senchi material stuff, Alpha Fleece or whatever it's called. I've got a pair of smart wool socks, and I've got this t-shirt that's just really super highly breathable, but I've put on over the Sencha. And then I've got a outdoor, what's it called? Outdoor Research down hood, and my Cumulus inverse jacket. I've come off track slightly here. I'm just going a little bit higher. Yeah, my Cumulus inverse 900 fill jacket, and I've got a buff hoodie with me. Got my walking poles, my Black Diamond walking poles. Obviously the selfie stick, my camera. One thing about this, I mean, it looks like it's going off. Don't know what happened there, lost you for a bit. The screen seemed to time out, I don't know why. Yeah, so this DJI Osmo 5 Pro Action Pro camera I've got, I've only ever been using the one battery, and it's been sufficient for all the videos that you've seen me make with it. So just before I carry on about this gear I've got, I always make a faff of this hike down to Alport castles, because when I get to the top of Alport Valley I always seem to lose the path. So I've crossed over from one side onto this one, and now I'm onto this one a bit higher ground. I can see the path. So yeah, it's a funny one, this path, because in summertime, especially when the a bit later on in summer, August time, it's it can get like chest high, well, head high in ferns, and it's like a flipping jungle patrol. But yeah, so I'm just making my way back down to the river again now, so I can go on the other side. Yeah, so kit again. So I've covered what I'll be wearing in my tent, the Senchi hoodie and the Fairpoint leggings, and then the t-shirt over my Sencha, and then I'll have the Outdoor Research down hood, and I'll be nice and warm because it's supposed to be going down to 2 degrees tonight on Kinder. And yeah, that's pretty much it clothes wise. And obviously I've got my faithful gloves with me as well, my Temras, just for in case I have to pack up a cold tent in the morning. But yeah, that's it really. And then I've got food wise, I've got a couple of bars of chocolate for snacks. I've got various teas. I've got my usual Twining sleep teas and Bayek. That's nice sleep tea. A couple of Earl Greys, a couple of hot chocolates, a couple of soups, and I've got the old favourite freeze-dried pasta bolognese. And yeah, that's it really. So yeah, and then water container wise, on my chest I've got a 350 bottle here. I've got a 300 bottle there, with some rehydration tabs in it. And then in my pouches on my hip belt, I always carry, in one of them is my designated emergency pouch. So in that I've got my silver blanket, emergency whistle, my phone, toilet roll. I know toilet trips are not an emergency, but for me they're a rare occasion because I always make sure I have a good number 2 before I come out, and that way I'm not having to leave a mess, am I? Or bury a mess. So yeah, and then inside that pocket I've also got a tin, and that tin contains repair stuff for my mat and my tent, DCF, what's it called, the tenacious tape, and a spare lighter, and some tick removal stuff, and then a very basic first aid kit, and a couple of small bandages. So yeah, that covers it. And then also I've got my favourite absorbent cloth with me to give me tent a wipe over should condensation occur, with it being single skin. Yeah, pretty much I think that's it, apart from my electrics. And if you would have watched my electrics video, you'll know pretty much what I've got with me. So I've got my tent lamp, my head torch, my 10,000 milliamp hour night core battery, a couple of leads, and my Flextail mini pump, and that's about it. So anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Just a quick one, I forgot to mention waterproofs as well. So I've got my Rab Phantom waterproofs, which scrunch up to nothing, just like a trousers and top, or smock rather, scrunches up into a handful. So I always bring them when rain isn't forecasted, as just in case. So there's them, and then I've got my multi-mat for leaning on, and then about 14 Eastern pegs and a couple of spare guy liners. So I just thought I'd put that in. Right, I'm back on track now. Okay, this area is known as the swamp where I am now. So I've kind of like come down that valley there. Unfortunately for me today, it's not very swampy. So yeah, I'm going that way. But I'm going to try and remain on higher ground. But yeah, it's quite dry. There's like a dog leg in this river here, and just there and here where I am now, and just over there, really good camp spots. Yeah, this particular bit here, you probably get, what, 6 tents I reckon. That's looking down the valley, and this is looking back towards Bleaklow. So we've just come down there and then around there. So yeah, so that area there's the swamps. You know, I've been down this valley maybe a dozen times in my life, and I've never ever seen a soul on it. So if you sort of like follow that line there, that's where I'm going to be staying. So, and then that feature in the distance, I think it could be is it Glossop or something? I can't remember now. I'll check the map later on and tell you. But then yeah, so sort of down the other side is the didnt reservoir and what have you. Yeah, the river starts to meander wider and wider from this point. You can see there, look, you know, and the further you get along, the more it meanders, and it gets prettier and prettier as you're going. You know, even though there's an obvious marked path or track to follow, I've not seen any boot prints yet. Just you know, where the sheep have been. I'll tell you, just as I say that, there's probably a couple in there. But yeah, it's one of these routes that doesn't seem to be super popular, or at least every time I've been here, there's been nobody there. It's a shame, it's the wrong time of day really to fully appreciate this because of the angle of the sun. There's one absolutely beautiful waterfall. I don't know if it's going to pick it up because it's in the shade at the moment. But just over there, and there's a flat area to the right of it. I camped there just during the second lockdown. But it's beautiful, especially after heavy rain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a left and get out of the valley, get on some higher ground just to make up some time really. But obviously you can see as it continues there. So hello again. I'm at the 525 metre trig just north of Alport Castles. So it's about 20 past 5 now, and I'm gonna have a little snack, get a bit of water down my neck, rehydrate, and then I'm gonna have to put my foot down and get into turbo mode. I might have to sack the Blackden Brook route up to Kinder and just do a straight line once I cross over the Snake Pass. It depends how the light's going and everything. So anyway, I'll give you an update as and when I see fit, but I'll definitely let you have a look at the Alport Castles. You can see Fairbrook Naze there in the distance. So this is obviously like Kinder Plateau. Alport Castles Farm is just round here. You'll be able to see Alport Castles in a minute. Yeah, it's getting a bit hazy now. There's Alport Castle's farm. Look how that river meanders there. There's the start of the castles. You get a better view in a minute. Brook again in the distance. Okay, so we've arrived at the castles now. Give you a quick look at it. So I'm going to be going behind it that way, down, and then just to the near side of them trees there, crossing the river, going over to Alport Farm, and then following that track back over the Snake Pass Road, and then I've got my final climb up Kinder Scout, and I'm starving already. So yeah, I'll give you another look at the castles when I get right in front of them, and then after that I'm just going to really go for it. See you in a bit. Here's what it looks like from the other side. Okay, if you stick to the valley, on Alport Valley, then this is where you'll come out here like that, and there's Alport Farm. So, because I wanted to show you the Alport castles, I had to climb out of the valley, didn't I? What a good bloke I am. What a tired bloke I am. Yeah, so there we have it from down here. Look at all the sheep with the baby lambs. Okay, it's 10 to 8 and I've still got to go up Blackden Brook. Wow, what a walk today's been. So the last about an hour and a half has been a bit of a nightmare because I got to the final farm before I had to cross the Snake Pass Road, and I couldn't get through the farm because there was a dog barking, and I followed this sign saying path that avoids the farm, And I just kept going right, and more right, and more right. And in the end, I ended up going opposite up there, opposite where the cars park in. I just had to make a line, cut through this farmer's field, because it's ridiculous, that sort of kind of signage like that. I mean, God knows what, why they've done that. So yeah, probably got a good hour now before I get up to the top of Blackden Brook. So I'll see you more than likely when I'm in my tent. See you in a bit. It's 10 to 9 and still not at the top of Blackden Brook, but I will be soon. Can you see me? Right. Take me a torch off. Can you see me now? Right, I'm at Seal Stones and I'm just sorting my stuff out. Just put the tent up. Right, I'll catch up with you in a minute. Good morning, people. Look at that frost on my cloth. I've just wiped that off the inside of the tent. Oh, I'm tired. Well, I'm not tired, I've had a good sleep, I've just not woke up. So, I didn't do much filming when I got back because I was hungry and tired. But yeah, what a great walk that was. Bit of an experience coming up Blackden Brook in the dark, just by a torch. Well, I didn't put the torch on until about, say, the last third. Yeah, I'd like to do that in winter, definitely, for winter conditions, with a rope as well, because it's quite sketchy in places. I'm going to make a brew and then give me tent a wipe down, but I want to wait for the sun to come and thaw the tent out. So obviously must have went down to freezing last night, but it was lovely and warm. I was probably out of it for a good 6 hours, maybe 7. My eyes swollen in it. Yeah, but I enjoyed that. Didn't see an absolute soul once I got started on that valley. After I left the Pennine footpath, didn't see anyone. It's always been like that every time I've done it. Definitely recommend going down there, but it's definitely better in winter than it is the summer months, because when the ground's a bit frozen, there's not as much boggy patches. I mean, I had my shoes on that are not waterproof. I didn't have any problems. My socks was even dry, you know, when I took them off last night. But yeah, it's definitely a good winter walk. And I'll look forward to doing it again, but it was disappointing when I got at the end. So the final farm before the Snake Pass Road, they've got some sign up saying, you know, with an arrow pointer around the farm, but then you get to these locked gates, and then there was this dog, and I couldn't fathom out whether it was, tied up or not, and I just didn't fancy going through it and getting attacked. But last time I did it, I just walked through the farm anyway, but there was a guy there, and he never said anything. And then the times before that, I've been a bit higher and walked along the top of Alport castles and kind of come out further down the Snake. But yeah, so that was a right nightmare last night. So if you sort of like facing towards Kinder, I did a right at that farm and it kept going uphill. And I got to the point where I couldn't do a left because of all the fences and stuff like that. I just thought, I'm just going to go on forever here. And in the end, I just climbed over a fence. Nearly cut my knackers off on some barbed wire. But yeah, luckily everything's intact and so am I, just tired. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm going to let you lot have a look at it before I can see it because it's behind the boulder. So I'm extending you. Isn't it nice? I'm going to have a brew, then get out, greet the world. See it? Oh yeah, I can see it now. Nice. See. That's my water done. I was given this coffee bag by a nice guy called Declan when I went in Ellis Brigham's in Edinburgh in December. I'm not sponsored by him. I was just looking at some ice axes and he come over and we started chatting, and turns out that he knows a mate of mine who were climbing with a Scottish lad called Robbie Phillips. He's massive on the Scottish rock climbing scene, and spent a couple of days hanging out with him and climbing with him in Margalef in Spain about, what was it now? Got to be 10 years ago. Yeah, so Declan, thanks for the coffee bag. Very kind of you, and I'm looking forward to having that. Yeah, so Declan's coffee bags are called Anywhere, and he roasts them in his flat in a tenement block in Edinburgh. So yeah, if you're a coffee fan, might be worth looking up that one. It does taste gorgeous, by the way, really good. Right, kids, it's 7:15 now. That sun's proper up now. I can feel it on my face. So yeah, yesterday probably did about 28 kilometres in total because I had to walk to the train station, didn't I, before I got to Glossop. So I was going to go around the Kinder Plateau in anti-clockwise direction. So I'm at Sealstones now. I was going to do that, but I just because I only get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off work. If I go on Tuesday morning, then obviously like Wednesday's getting back and then sorting my gear out, and then I only really have Thursday to sort of do all my personal admin and whatever and recovery. So yeah, when you get to my age, you can't just do one of these and go straight to work. Well, I'm an HGV driver, so it's not sensible, is it? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get up, pack up, and head off down east, down towards the 7-minute crossing, and I'll just drop straight into Edale there, and then I've got to get my train back. Again, one of the problems I've got is, well, everybody has really, like if you want to do a walk that's not circular, you have to either get dropped off by somebody, don't you, or use public transport. So yeah, so in my case, because I didn't bring my van, I'm having to get the train back. So kids, I'll see you when I'm at the train station probably. Okay, here's a quick peek at last night's setup, seeing as though I was too tired to show you around. So yeah, I was in the 6 Moons Lunar Solo. It's a single skin tent, weighs about 750 grams. Plenty of space in there. So that's the Z-Pack 50 litre. I've got the Enlightened Equipment overquilt there. I was in the Cumulus X-Lite 300 and Expert pillow and the Nemo tensor mat. Yeah, there's a few bits and pieces I was forgot to mention as well when I was on my chat about the kit I had with me, like my radio and stuff like that, some little nitty ditties. But yeah, it's a great little tent, this. Like I say, it's like a glorified tarp. Obviously you've got the advantage of it having a bug protection. Yeah, look at that bit of frost there from last night. Yeah, so I probably might not see you from now because the battery's not got much power left. So what I'll do then is I'll more than likely do a catch up when I get back, like I usually do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. Look at me, doing time lapses. Getting some skills, real advancements, aren't there? Yeah, believe it or not, I've been approached by a sponsor, but it wasn't helicopters or Bugattis or anything like that. It was some software program for making videos and stuff like that. And I just replied to him, thanks, but no thanks, because I don't think I'd do it justice, because I don't know the difference between my arse and my elbow when it comes to this sort of stuff. Somebody like Good Bloke Outdoors would benefit from that, I'm sure. But yeah, look at that. How beautiful is that? Yeah, so, like I say, it's just a quick summary on yesterday's hike. I probably did about 26 kilometres because I had to walk to the train station first. And again, one of the problems that we all have is when we don't want to keep doing circulars, we've either got to use public transport or get a friend to drop us off, haven't we? So yeah, so hence I had to get the train yesterday, and then I'm getting the train back. But I'm impressed with this. I'm impressed with that. How nice is that? I've not seen an inversion like this for quite a while. Yeah, okay, I'll if you've got this far and it's not been too long, let me know if you think it's too long. And by the way, I'm looking at DCF tents. Has anybody got any recommendations? I want to be hopefully around about the 500 gram mark. Yeah, so anyone's got any ideas, let me know. Right, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Much appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. All the very best. Okay, so that's me leaving my pitch. Goes without saying, leave no trace. That's where I was. The clag's coming in. It's time to get off. Okay, I'm back now. I didn't go over the 7-minute crossing and then straight down. I ended up going past the 7-minute crossing, and then I did a right that led me to the trig point, and then I dropped over the top and I was going down on that path below Ringing Roger, and I seen these two figures in front of me, and I caught up with them as I was overtaking them. Turned out to be Steve and Paul, Steve from Engus Wild Camps and Paul from Gone Wild Camping. So we had a quick chat with them. I was aiming to get to the train station and catch my train home, but I missed it, didn't I? So sorry lads, if I'd have known I was going to miss my train, I would have had my breakfast with you. But anyway people, I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be out again next, but hopefully it'll be a Lake District one next time. So yeah, and I'll have a new tent because I've been scouring the internet and looking at the pros and cons of various different types of DCF tents, and I've decided on one. Yeah, so until the next time, look after yourselves, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. All the best.